In this video, I'm going to explain about the real estate metrics that we give for the portfolio owners, apartment owners, property managers in order to track on a daily basis how is their portfolio performing. This is a demo and we are going to give some samples on different aspects of a real estate performance and metrics. First, maybe let's take about the leasing. You want to know about what is the summary of it. You have certain fields to search by. For example, this is July. You want to search based on, okay, last month, what is my performance? How is my leasing agents performed during the last 1 month? So I selected the date range as June 1 to 30th, and this gives me a summary. Totally 39 move-ins happened during this last month. There is a total of 19 renewals happened in your portfolio, and there is one person who did not renew it, and 18 was cancelled by the user, and unknown status is 0. Sometimes you don't know the status that comes here. The same data you can also go and you have an option to see the underlying data. Who are all the people, which unit. By clicking on it, it will give more details about the property details. Similarly, for each of those things, you will see the underlying data: unit name, property name, tenant name, lease start date. It gives you a lot of other fields that is very useful for to drilling down with this data. And this can be the same thing for any particular charts what we show here, where you can drill down, you can filter it out depending on the data what you see here. So this is a renewal summary. Of this 39 people, how many were renewed, how many were cancelled, did not renew. Again, you have several other options you don't like as a pie chart, you would like to see as another option. Maybe as a semi pie chart, you have this option here, and you want to see as an east vertical bar, you will see the same thing here. So you can switch between one diagram to the other by using the options here. So this gives you whatever the comfort is. And similarly, you want to filter it out. You don't have to use a filter. You are only interested in renewed. You just cancel this, you will see what the renewed, and you will see the underlying data. You can click on here to see the underlying data. It gives that 18 records what is more details about it. Then you also have the option to reset so that it comes back to the original ones. Since we are only talking about the tenant move-in by month, this is the total move-ins happened during the month. I'm going to reset it so you get the overall picture. If you see, May to July is kind of peak season for this year. Usually that is the season for leasing season. You have a very high peaked season during the time, and in the winter months it is much lower. This gives you the graph, what is the leasing performance on an average, how many people are moving in during my each month. Unit readiness is how much units are getting ready on each month to month basis. This is on the leasing performance. Next, we can come to work orders. Right, you want to make sure how is your work orders are performing. Again, you have the same filter. For example, this gives a whole picture throughout the life of the project or your portfolio or your database system. If you are using AppFolio, this is based out of AppFolio. If you use a rent manager, we can hook up to the rent manager, Buildium, Propertyware, Yardi, any system. We can hook up these metrics to those systems so that you can know about the statistics much more rather than going and digging deep into these softwares. This gives you a metrics which is and you can also show to your employees on, hey, this is the metrics that is going to determine. I'm going to give the overall picture of the work order. For example, an average days to complete a work order is 15 days, 15.32 days. The number of work orders to your total unit. This gives 11% of your properties have an open work order. You have 47 open work orders. Out of that, 19 are in the waiting or the blocked state. They are dependent on something. And 6 of the work orders are pending payment. And you have a total of 496 units. These are the different metrics that is going to be needed for your performance. And the average days for a unit turn is 22.82 days. So basically that days how we calculate is by the time the move out date and the next move-in date, the completion date of the work order. That is, you have a person moved out, then you have a unit turn, and when that is actually getting completed is 23 days. So that gives a cost. At an average, it takes 23 days to make a unit ready for the next tenant. that is for you. Now the more bigger it is, expensive for you. Goal is to keep this reduced. And this gives an history of all the open work orders. On an average, how many days does it take? For example, I said it is today is 15.38. Oh, this is the running graph. You were in the range of 12.7, 12.6, and in the last week it drastically came down, and something happened in the past 2-3 days that your work orders has shot up, and now you have over 15 percentage, 15 days. So you're taking a lot more time to complete the work order. This could be some of the data that it got added to it, units might have got added to it. That could be one reason, not because this thing. So in this particular case, we have added certain new units suddenly, and that is the reason there is a bump up here. So this is the overall on the summary of the data. Then you have the work order status per month. Again, we didn't select, for example, you wanted only June, we can just filter it by the June month. So this will explain only in the June what is the case. This chart, it doesn't matter about this particular date. Now in June, your average days to complete was 9 days or 9.5 days. 11% as open work orders, 9 open work orders that was created in June, and all those things. These are the work orders by month. You have pretty much completing very well the portfolio you are completing. Certain things are blocked. For example, something create 4 work orders created in the month of April is still assigned. Maybe you should click on the underlying data and see which are the 4 ones. So you will get, okay, what is the work orders, what is the property where these work orders are, and what is the unit, and who's the vendor, whether it is in-house or anything, and who's the primary residence. So this, and even I see there are 2 of them are in waiting. For example, you may not even need anything which is cancelled, completed, no bill. So maybe that is, you don't need any of those things. In that case, this is a much smaller list where you have you can see based on the performance how this is going. So this is very helpful for you to manage it rather than going over these reports and giving you the full data. We have several other vendor performance too. For example, this vendor takes an average of 68 days to complete, and these are the vendors who are performing in a much shorter time. This is all depending on your data, how soon you fix the data, and once the work is completed, how fast you go and mark the data is completed. It all depends on that. Similarly, the work order days, there are some work orders that took an average of 0 to 2 days to complete. How many days to complete and number of work orders. So if you see within 2 days is a very high number. All these numbers are averages. There could be some work orders that is skewing these data. If you see, majority of your work orders are getting done in 10 to 20 days, or even a lot of them are getting completed in under 10 days. A good amount of them are completing in, I would say 90% of them are completing in 20 days. But there are some outliers which will impact your overall performance depending on your outliers. This is about the work orders. If you need any custom reports, we can always do that, and it doesn't matter which software you use, whether it could be AppFolio, Buildium, Yardi, any of those things, it doesn't matter. Next, we go to the financials, right? You want to know about the collections. In the financials, this is mostly focused on the collections part of it. In the collections, this gives on a daily basis how many are in the collections. You have 46 delinquent tenants, a total of 77,000 to be delinquent, and under 30 days this is the amount. More than 30 days this is the amount. And this gives a pie chart of the current tenants, past tenants, evicted tenants who are on notice, future maybe something they are supposed to pay. It could be even dues for somebody who's moving in the next month. If you want, you can avoid future, and this is the performance in the past or when the current. The main focus is current is 13,600, and we give the list. These are all dummy data, but this is going to be the list of all the tenants that are delinquent. So this is our collections dashboard. We have several other dashboards too, which we can explain it to you here. This is another view of billings. How many invoices processing, right? Accounts payables. We have a lot of data out there, and this shows the number of bills, how many bills have been entered, how many have been verified. So this shows the total accounts receivables that are pending for entering it. right? So that you have a very streamlined process in processing your accounts payable and accounts receivable. Accounts receivables or accounts payables, it could be in any format. You could get your invoices in email, Google Drive, in any other format, or in WhatsApp, SMS, phone calls. These are all collected, entered into the system, and you can keep track of your accounts receivable bill payment in this one matrix. This is another metrics that we follow. If you have any further questions, please reach out to us. If you think you need more data, please put it in the comment section so that we can create those custom reports for you. Thank you.